Good day, this is E.T. here, standing for liberty, freedom of speech, being able to question anything we like. The basic human right of all human rights is being able to question, and individuals being encouraged to question everything. So here we have a series of questions about the left to them. They need to answer these questions because they're on notice now. Why are the left so anti-Christian, anti-evolution, or the knowledge that benefits humanity from this? You can be a Christian and understand that evolutionary theory, how things are affected through the generations, is the theory of life itself. The left are against forgiveness. They can't forgive Donald Trump for winning the election. To forgive is to create empathy, sympathy, and understanding, and is an evolutionary step for humanity. The left are into regressing humanity. Why are they against forgiveness? But they support Islam, which does not forgive. The left are aligned with Islam and want millions of Islamic people to come into the West, unlimited amounts, to come into the West, regardless these people are anti-Christian and anti-Western even when they get here. But the left attacks older white Christian men who are educated. Why does it do that? Why does it attack older white men like they're just older people with their own way of being, a diverse group? They're Danish. Why do the left hate the Danes and Anglo-Saxons? Why do the left hate their own type so much? There's something very odd about this. They don't actually question anything, you see. They're not capable of questioning because they're not allowed to be questioning things in class. They don't even know what questions are for. Questions are to incite the brain to work and ask itself, what's it all about? That's how humans have evolved from the Stone Age, forever, by asking questions. It develops the intellect. It develops a logic, helps to create practical solutions. The left wants to be there to say, we solve all the problems for you. You don't have to solve them yourself. We've got you so dumb now, you can't even question our motives. Why are the left against questioning anything? Therefore, they're against free speech, liberty. They're against individuals being free to ask questions. Therefore they're against science, they're against knowledge, and they're certainly against practical explanations of anything. They never ever explain anything rationally, objectively, impartially. They just say this is how it is and you can't argue with us. What sort of people are these? You have to know that Hillary Clinton was backed by the Saudi Arabians, for goodness sake, and these people chop homosexuals' heads off. What's she into, this woman? Does she support that? She doesn't go at Donald Trump, but then she supports people who behead homosexuals. What's this woman a schizophrenic or what? Whilst pretending to be against capitalism, amazingly they say they're against capitalism, the left are the lowest form of raptor capitalism and act like worms, eating into the hearts of working people and ordinary families, attacking their children in school with idea of sexual deviances, good for you, and neglecting their education, coercing them into compliant citizens of a global system. That's what they want. They want compliant citizens who do not question authority. It's a religious system they're bringing in. Even though they're against Christian religion, they're bringing in an orthodox religious system for the ordinary people who must not argue or question authority like Hillary Clinton. The left are if the left are for blacks and poor women and poor people in general, why are they destroying employment by increasing the essential costs such as electricity? By increasing the cost of electricity, you must cause more suffering to the poor than you do to the rich. So this contradicts everything they say they stand for. And it is proof, empirical evidence, that they're being dishonest to all the people who think they should be supported in the left. No, you shouldn't. Walk away from these people. They're lying and abusing your intelligence. Why are the left into destroying the economy of the West whilst pretending to save the planet, at the same time ignoring the fact that China is going to increase its emissions by 20% till 2030, and so will India and many other places. But they want to destroy our industries, our economy. For what purposes? They have no practical alternative or explanation. They avoid practicalities or explanations of anything. They're dudding their voters and supporters. We have to ask this question: are those on the left totally ignorant of what they are involved in, or what they're doing and the consequences of what they're doing, or therefore they're totally incompetent in government and must not be allowed to gain any more power? Or are they guilty of crimes against humanity, crimes against children, crimes against black people, or they're stirring up to get put in jail, so the blacks, poor buggers, so the blacks end up in private people's jails? That's what the left are doing. The left don't like the blacks, they pretend to, they're just crawling to them, they're just using them, stirring them up, stirring old hatreds up. Instead of saying you've got to forgive each other, we move on, let's create, well, you all forgive. If all the black people said, we all forgive the white people, it's part of history, maybe the white people wouldn't try a great sigh of relief and say, well, okay, we can now get on together. They can sort these problems out together. Forgiveness is the only remedy to all the misunderstandings and troubles of America. Forgiveness is evolution, and it's the right thing to do for America right now. Now the left in Australia and other places want to euthanize people. So if you get really sick, they want to euthanize you. This is part of a long-term plan. In the future, if they get power, they think they were going to get power. This will then say, well, they can challenge the law and say, oh, you got gibbering idiot, you're old, you're talking about climate change, you don't agree with us, you must be mad, we're euthanizing you. Do not trust the left. They're so dishonest, so disingenuine, so false, so far removed from the truth. It's hard to express how far removed from the truth these people really are. How they've misled people by eroding the values of education is a phenomenon we now have to contend with and deal with. Forgiveness of each other is the only way human beings have ever moved forward, and it created democracy. Now the left are into destroying democracy. All those kids protesting in America against democracy are being dudded. And it's time that President Obama, while he's got time left, spoke and said we need to forgive each other. Stand up and stop this rot now. Otherwise, he'll end his presidency on a very, very dark note indeed. He will have destroyed a legacy. He came in with the beautiful things to say. Let him end with beautiful things to say about forgiveness, or go down in history as being part of the destruction of civilization. That's his job now. Wherever Mr. Trump is, we must forgive him first. And if we forgive people, it allows them then to heal whatever they are. Anyway, this is E.T. bringing you another insight into what the left really is.